Star Wars only. I don't know what the fuck your problem is.
Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, will end the Skywalker saga this year in December, but with that we are entering a new era of Star Wars content. This year we will see the first live-action show, The Mandalorian, and around that same time the Cassian Andor show will begin production and likely come out in the year of 2020, but we won't get another Star Wars film until the year 2022. It seems like Star Wars will have a new production studio in the UK to make all these new Star Wars projects, and this is coming from Fantatrax and Star Wars News Net, who both say that Disney is setting up production for future Star Wars projects in the UK. You can check out both of those articles in the description below. Both of them are very credible news sources. Well, don't forget that Bob Iger also said that he wanted to do a third live-action Star Wars show. And today, your boy Star Wars Only has an exclusive story on just that. I reached out to my source who's familiar with these situations, and they told me that there is going to be a new Star Wars live-action TV show that will begin filming in London next year, which ties along with what Fantatrax and Star Wars News Net are saying of having a new studio in the UK. That does mean that the third live-action Star Wars show should release on Disney Plus in the year of 2021, which means there will be a new Star Wars show every year up until the new trilogy comes out in 2022. Personally, I think this is a great move, and the decision to have a new show this year with The Mandalorian, you bring back Star Wars The Clone Wars early 2020 alongside a new Cassian Andor show later that year, even though I'm not too excited about that one, and then with my sources information, we're going to get a third live-action show in 2021. So that means a new Star Wars show every year on Disney Plus to keep Star Wars active in its movie hiatus. I can't say I don't like that plan, and this will personally keep me satisfied. We're getting a 3-year movie hiatus, and we're getting 3 new Star Wars live-action shows during that time. I mean, that's a fair trade-off, honestly. Now, we still don't know what this third live-action Star Wars show will be about that's coming out in 2021, but I did ask my source if they could give me some hints on it or if they know anything about it, and they said they believe it's going to be about the Death Star, but they're not certain, but they are certain the show will begin production next year in London. Now, if it is about the Death Star, we do have 2 timeline options. It would likely have to take place before Rogue One, putting that in the oh-so-familiar timeline between episodes 3 and 4 we seem to constantly visit. It could also take place after Empire Strikes Back, when the Empire is building the second Death Star, and that seems more likely and probably better in my opinion. That is something I would like a little more. But if you recall, also Felicity Jones said that she had an option to appear in another Star Wars project, so if this show is about the Death Star, you could see more Rogue One characters like Jyn Erso, her father Galen Erso, and maybe even Director Krennic, but that's if it takes place before Rogue One. But yet again, we don't know. That's if they make it about the Death Star, which I think would disappoint a lot of fans. Even if it's the first one, I mean, that one's going to be kind of like a bummer. If it's the second one, I think that'd be a little more interesting. But still, I think we should stay away from the Death Star, so hopefully that's not really where it's going, but all we know now is that a new show is coming out in 2021, and it begins production in 2020. I'm excited about that just because that means we're going to constantly have Star Wars content during this movie hiatus, and this content is going to come from something that's never been done in Star Wars, which is a live-action show, something I've been waiting on for a long time since I was a kid. And I'm hoping this third live-action show is about Obi-Wan or something different, maybe set in a different timeline in Star Wars, a place we've never seen. I think that'd be really interesting, but all we know now is that it begins production next year. That means it likely is going to come out in 2021. What do you think the show should be about, and what do you think it will be about? Tell me your thoughts. Are you excited to have a new Star Wars live-action show every year up until the new trilogy comes out in 2022? I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great plan to keep the fans happy, because it'll keep me happy. Tell me your thoughts below. I'm Star Wars Only. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see y'all next time, and may the Force be with you always.